In this question, I want to put these amounts of money in order, starting with the smallest. To help me do this, the first thing I'm going to do is line the amounts of money up. Now, I start looking at the digits from the left, so I'm going to start with the pounds. I've got £1, £1, no pounds, no pounds, and £2. So because these both had no pounds, I know that one of these two will definitely be the smallest. If I look at the 10 pences now, here I've got 20 pence and here I've got 40 pence. So this one must be smaller than this one. So this is the first number in the list. And then this one. Now to find the next number, I go back to the pounds again. I've got £1, £1, or £2. So because these two have both got £1, I know that these two are going to come next. Again, I go to the 10 pences column. I've got 20 pence here and 0 pence here. So this one's the next largest. And then this one. Now I've only got one number left in my list now, so this must be the biggest. So these are the amounts of money written in order from smallest to largest. Here's one for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer. I want to find out which of these two numbers here is the biggest. One way to do this is to write the two numbers out. So I've got 0.09 and I also want to write 0.1. I need to line it up carefully with this one. So I line up the point, put the 0 here and the 1 here. Now to be able to compare them, I really want them both to have the same number of digits. So in this gap here, I'm going to put a 0. Now if I start from the left, I can see they both start with a 0, and then the next digit for this one is a 0, but for this one it's a 1. 0 is smaller than 1, so this is the smaller number, and this is the larger one. So the answer to the question, which number is bigger, is 0.1. Another nice way of comparing them is to imagine that they're both amounts of money. This would be 9 pence and this would be 10 pence. Clearly, it's easy to see that this one is bigger. Now here's a more typical looking exam-style question. I want to do the same thing with these, put them in order. I'm going to start by lining them up. Notice how I've lined up the decimal points. Now I want each of them to have the same number of digits. So in any gaps like here, I'm going to add zeros. So starting from the left again, we can see we've got lots of zeros and then a 1. So one of the ones that starts with a 0 must be the smallest. Looking at the next digit, I can see I've got a 5, a 0, or 6s. So the 0 one must be the smallest number overall. So we start with 0.067. Now the one with a 5 in this position as opposed to the 6s must be the next one. Notice that I write 0.56 because I added that green 0 myself. It wasn't part of the original question. Now I've got to deal with the 3 that all start with 0.6. I look at the next digit, I can see I've got a 0, a 5 or a 0. So the 2 with zeros must come next. This one then has a 0 on the end compared to a 5. So this is the next one. Remember it's 0.6 because I added the zeros myself. And then this one, 0.605. This one is bound to come next. And then the only number that didn't start with a 0 is the last one. So this is the list of numbers sorted into order. Here are some for you to try now. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers.